James Watt was a very important man in history. He was born in Greenock, Scotland in 1736. His father was a carpenter and shipbuilder, and his mother came from a wealthy family. James was a curious child. He loved to learn how things worked. He often spent hours taking things apart and putting them back together. His parents saw that he was very smart and encouraged him to study. James was not a very healthy child, so he spent a lot of time at home. This gave him more time to read and learn about the world around him. When James was 18, he decided to go to London to learn how to make scientific instruments. He wanted to become an expert in making tools and machines. In London, he worked very hard and learned a lot. After a year, he returned to Scotland and started his own business in Glasgow. He fixed broken instruments and made new ones. People liked his work because he was very good at it. He became well known for his skill and was soon asked to work on more complicated projects. One day, something happened that changed James Watt's life forever. A professor at the University of Glasgow asked him to fix a model of a steam engine. Steam engines were big machines that used steam to do work. At that time, they were used mostly in mines to pump out water. But the steam engines were not very good. They used a lot of coal and were not efficient. James Watt saw this problem and decided to find a way to make the steam engine better. James worked on the steam engine for many years. He studied how it worked and thought of ways to improve it. He added a separate condenser, which made the engine much more efficient. This meant it used less coal and could do more work. His invention was a big success. People started using his improved steam engine in factories, mines, and even trains. James Watt's steam engine changed the world. It helped start the Industrial Revolution. This was a time when machines began to do much of the work that people used to do by hand. Factories grew bigger and goods could be made faster and cheaper. Trains and ships powered by steam engines could travel long distances, carrying people and goods. Life became easier for many people because of James Watt's invention. James Watt became very famous for his work. He worked with a man named Matthew Boulton, who helped him build and sell the steam engines. Together, they made a lot of money. But James was not just interested in money. He loved science and wanted to help people. He continued to invent new things and improve old ones. He also studied other areas of science, like chemistry and physics. James Watt was not only a great inventor but also a kind man. He cared about his workers and treated them well. He believed in fairness and wanted everyone to have a chance to succeed. He was respected by many people for his intelligence and kindness. He was also a humble man. He did not like to boast about his achievements. He simply wanted to make the world a better place. In his later years, James Watt retired and lived a quiet life. He spent time with his family and continued to study science. He died in 1819, but his work lived on. His improvements to the steam engine changed the world and made life better for many people. Today, we remember James Watt as one of the greatest inventors in history. His name is still used today. The unit of power is called the watt. This is a way to honor his great contributions to science and technology. Whenever you turn on a light or use an electrical appliance, you are using power measured in watts. This is a reminder of how James Watt's work still affects our lives today. James Watt's story teaches us many important lessons. First, it shows us the value of hard work. James spent many years studying and working on his inventions. He did not give up, even when things were difficult. Second, it shows us the importance of curiosity. James was always asking questions and trying to learn new things. This curiosity led him to make great discoveries. Finally, his story teaches us that one person can make a big difference in the world. James Watt's inventions changed the way people lived and worked. His work helped shape the modern world. James Watt's life is an inspiration to us all. He showed us that with hard work, curiosity, and a desire to help others, we can achieve great things. We can all learn from his example and try to make the world better in our own way. Whether it is through science, art, or helping others, each of us has the power to make a difference. James Watt's legacy reminds us that even the smallest idea can change the world. James Watt's early life was not easy. He faced many challenges, but he never gave up. His determination and love for learning helped him overcome these challenges. When he was young, he did not have access to the best schools or teachers, but he taught himself many things. He read books and experimented with different ideas. This self-education played a big role in his success. It shows us that we do not always need the best resources to achieve our goals. What matters most is our willingness to learn and work hard. When James Watt improved the steam engine, he did not just make a better machine. He changed the way people thought about work and technology. Before his invention, most work was done by hand or with the help of animals. This was slow and tiring. But with the steam engine, machines could do the work much faster and more efficiently. This allowed people to focus on other tasks and improve their quality of life. James Watt's invention also helped create new jobs and industries. For example, the railway industry grew because of the steam engine. This created jobs for engineers, conductors, and many other workers. James Watt's work also had a big impact on the environment. At first, steam engines used a lot of coal, which created pollution. But James Watt's improvements made the engines more efficient, so they used less coal. This reduced pollution and helped protect the environment. Today, we are still working on ways to make technology more environmentally friendly. James Watt's work reminds us that we can use science and technology to solve problems and make the world a better place. James Watt was not just an inventor. He was also a thinker. He believed in the power of ideas and the importance of sharing them with others. He worked with other scientists and inventors to improve his designs and learn new things. This spirit of collaboration is still important today. Many of the greatest discoveries and inventions were made by people working together and sharing their ideas. James Watt's life shows us that we can achieve more when we work with others and learn from their experiences. In addition to his work on the steam engine, James Watt made other important contributions to science and technology. He invented a copying machine, which was used to make copies of documents. This was very useful in a time when there were no photocopiers or printers. He also worked on improving the design of musical instruments and other machines. His creativity and curiosity led him to explore many different fields. This shows us that we should not limit ourselves to one area of interest. By exploring different subjects, we can discover new passions and make unexpected contributions. James Watt's legacy lives on today in many ways. His name is used to measure power, and his inventions continue to inspire new generations of scientists and engineers. But his greatest legacy is the example he set for us. He showed us that with hard work, curiosity, and a desire to help others, we can achieve great things. His life reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference in the world. Whether it is through science, art, or helping others, each of us can contribute to making the world a better place. James Watt's story is not just about the past. It is also about the future. His work laid the foundation for many of the technologies we use today. From trains and factories to electricity and modern machinery, his inventions have shaped the world we live in. As we face new challenges in the 21st century, we can look to James Watt's example for inspiration. His life teaches us that no problem is too big to solve if we are willing to work hard and think creatively. In conclusion, James Watt was a remarkable man who changed the world with his inventions. His improvements to the steam engine helped start the Industrial Revolution and transform the way people lived and worked. His life is a testament to the power of hard work, curiosity, and a desire to help others. We can all learn from his example and strive to make the world a better place in our own way. James Watt's legacy reminds us that even the smallest idea can have a big impact. Let us all be inspired by his story and work together to create a brighter future.